Hi, everybody. My name is Amelia Lasky. I am a certified care instructor through the Center for Aromatherapy Research and Education, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do and why you might want to learn more about care. So, this is a fun PowerPoint we're going to go through. If you have any questions, there's a slide at the end that you can email me and see how this might work out for you when we come up to Canada and teach. Okay, so let's go. The first thing we're going to talk about is what actually is CARE International. So, CARE International stands for the Center for Aromatherapy Research and Education. It's a non secular, meaning faith based organization dedicated to assembling research. All the research that's ever been found, we share that and spreading that information on the healing properties and the safe and effective therapeutic application of essential oils. We do this by sponsoring seminars, by having hands-on workshops, by distributing books, DVDs, and by offering mentorship and support. That's what we do. So our mission, I'm going to move my face again. Our mission is that someday proper therapeutic application of essential oils will become common knowledge, common household knowledge, just like going to grab some aspirin off the shelf when if you have a headache, you would know to go do a raindrop or Vitaflex. We want it to be that common. That everyone will know Vitaflex and a raindrop becoming practiced by parents, spouses, friends, professionals throughout the whole world. We want this to be the new medicine cabinet for people. Our purpose is to spread the healing teachings to as many people as possible for their own use. And eventually, if they would like to be able to spread that message themselves, to get them there by certification. So we do this purpose to provide an excellent experience where people acquire knowledge, skills, inspiration, community. We learn to understand the proper application of the healing power of oils, regardless of where one participates and no matter who teaches it. So we also provide consistency amongst care. There's about 83 instructors in the whole world, and all of us teach the same thing. And all of us promote the same type of resources. So what is our relationship to Young Living? So a lot of people think Raindrop is just Young Living. It's only for them. And actually, it's not. There's several certifying bodies that promote the education and promote the application of Raindrop technique, and they try and help people become certified. But what we do that's different from any other type of program is that through the CARE International, we offer the faith-based component. This is definitely about emotional, mental, physical, holistic healing. And we know that there's a bigger purpose. We know our bodies are meant to heal because of our creator. So when we think about our relationship of CARE International to Young Living, it is very separate. There is no connection to them other than the fact that we use Young Living essential oils. That's our connection. I'll tell you more about this in a minute. It's a separate entity completely with no legal, corporate, or formal relationship to Young Living essential oils. You cannot go through any training program through Young Living to become licensed and professional to do Raindrop. There's nothing available out there. There is a professional, Tamara Packer. She's an education expert, and she shares the educational tool of how to do Raindrop for your personal use. But there's currently no certifying program that gives you the ability to obtain licensure and insurance through Young Living. So that's why CARE was created back in the late 1990s. So the cool part about this is that even if you are not Young Living, you can still participate. So we've had many people who've never used Young Living oils find these classes on the internet, and they just want the healing. So they come and then they get started with the oil. So it's kind of cool. Anyone, even if they have Young Living or not, are allowed to purchase books, come to seminars, and be associated with CARE. It's only when you become licensed, do you have to certify that you are going to use only Young Living oils as a licensed instructor and as a licensed Raindrop technique specialist. Okay. We know that the reason we use Young Living oils is because they're purity. So that's the connection here. Since the potential benefits of raindrop depend on the quality of oils applied, care requires the use of only Young Living oils when practicing or when teaching in the name of care. This protocol, the one that we do, is different than the one that Young Living currently teaches because this is the most effective one. In Gary's research, he showed that among all of the things, his first raindrop that he ever did was actually in 1989. Can you believe it? Very long time ago, before he even created Young Living, he was doing raindrop, which is phenomenal to me. It's the backbone of one of his ability to teach and heal. So this version that we do is from the 2001 Dallas conference where he did raindrop training for thousands of people. If you compare it to the pamphlet that comes in those raindrop kits, it's different. Okay. We are not going to claim that the one that Young Living is doing is in any way wrong. It's a very simplified technique. It's very easy to understand and use. The one that they currently train is a little bit even more different. They've changed it again, but the one that we do with Young Living or with Care is the very traditional, most effective technique from 2001. And you'll see that in the notes when you take the class. Here's a little bit of information about CARE. So they officially founded in January of 2001. They were founded by David and Lee Stewart. And David and Lee, I meant to put a picture up here. They were very, very close with Gary and Mary. And they went on many trips with Gary and Mary all across the Middle East when they were doing their frankincense tour. They were together in lots of different conventions. They were very close. And David decided to devote his life to study the effects of raindrop technique, write books about it, publish books about it, have a whole publishing company related to books, and then also educate on the tools like emotional release and the importance of understanding the chemistry of essential oils. So this program, it was founded on the friendship of Gary and David, and it grew because the FDA in early 2000s and mid 2000s, they really didn't want people talking about healing. So you'll look at Young Living and you'll see, oh, this is an essential oil company. But what Gary truly knew was that essential oils were capable and manifested healing on the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level. He knew that. He had healing experiences of his own. He had witnessed hundreds of people being healed. And with CARE, we are a private education association. So at our classes, you sign a membership form and you become a member of CARE Education Association, and we can talk freely about healing. That's one of the coolest things about these classes is that we can actually give you anecdotal and physical evidence and proof that these oils do the work that we know that they can do. Young Living will never be able to offer that because of their relationship in the FDA market. Like they are watched very closely. If you make any claims about healing with oils, your whole Facebook can get shut down. So it's nice to be a part of an association, the CARE Education Association International, to be able to talk about and privately disseminate information that's about healing. When you have private gatherings, when you have people over to your home, when you're talking to them in the public, you can say, I know for a fact that these oils do what they're set out to do. And the studies that back them up, okay? So I love that. Here, a few other things to note is that raindrop practitioners have been around since 2007, and that's when the first one was licensed. Certified raindrop practitioner and board certified raindrop specialist were created through the Natural Therapies Certification Board. And Natural Therapies Certification Board is approved in Canada, in all the provinces of Canada, and throughout the entire contiguous United States, so all 50 states of the United States. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that we offer continuing education credits. So if you are a massage therapist, you can get CEs for your time in class. You will get certificates, and it will be 25 hours counted to your education, both hands-on, scientific, and healing capabilities, so alternative modalities, okay? All right, the CARE skills path. This I wanted to bring up and talk to you specifically because a lot of people They think that it's not important or not necessary to go to a care class, okay? Number 1, I will say that this class is absolutely for everybody. Anyone who uses essential oils should be in this class to be the safest and most effective user on the earth. You wanna know how and how effectively to use these oils. You wanna know all the details of how to put them on your body. You might know a little bit, but I guarantee you this class will open up your mind and you will find hundreds of more ways to use these essential oils. Your inspiration will grow as well. But for the average person, um, it might not seem that you need all this education, but really, this is how I grew my desire to grow a secondary form of income. So I became a care instructor. I became a raindrop specialist. So not only did it give me the education I needed, because I actually found my care class, and I found raindrop before I really even got into the oils. And the raindrop class showed me that I could do this. It gave me the knowledge I needed in order to use oils effectively and teach about them effectively. So let's talk about what that looks like. So for every single person, whether you're a professional massage therapist, whether you work in a salon, whether you're an emotional release specialist already, whether you do hands-on anointing at your church, whether you are just a mom wanting to be healthier for your family, all of you will come to a 25-hour class, okay? It's right here, 25 hours. These classes are $800 USD. We do have payment plans, we do have scholarships, we do have some forms of discounts for frontline workers and things like that. So please reach out to me. I never want finances to be a barrier to coming to a class, but it's all a business expense. It goes towards your Young Living business expenses. And if you're not doing taxes with that, then I can help you figure out how to fit that in. It's education. In those classes, you learn the healing oils of ancient scripture. You learn the history of essential oils, why they started using them. Biblically, you learn about all the details in the Bible, how these oils were mentioned hundreds of times, written in that ancient text. We also show you how to anoint on the body for physical and spiritual healing. Okay, that's one of my favorite classes. That's a 2-hour class. Then we take the Applied VitaFlex class. This is a 4-hour hands-on class with lecture. So we read through the notes and learn it, and you have the whole entire protocol in your hands at class. So you leave with that protocol and can go home and practice it on your friends and family and your students, okay? That's a 4-hour class. You learn the techniques and then you practice on each other. So you do it to someone and then they do it back to you. So you get the hands-on practice right there in class. Raindrop is similar. It's an 8-hour class. It's a 1 hour of lecture, 1 hour of demonstration. So you get to witness a raindrop for the first time, or maybe for the 100th time. I don't know where you are at on your journey, but you get to watch us do the type of raindrop that we will be teaching. Then we break off into groups and we give one raindrop and then you receive one. And then usually we have time at the end to practice those skills in a third round to make sure those skills are set in stone before you go home. It's a lot of information, but you will leave excited. You will leave prepared and ready to do these techniques for your friends and family. Then, one of my favorite parts of this is to understand the emotional factors that go along with physical diseases and how the physical body holds on to stored emotions, and how this might happen in Raindrop, where your client not only feels physically calm and better, but emotionally, they will start to release old emotions in their body and have a spiritual release, emotional release. So, we learn that class over a 5-hour period. There's 3 hours of theory and lecture and self-releasing, and then a 2-hour demonstration on how an emotional release might happen in your practice or on your massage table with a raindrop student or participant. And then finally, towards the beginning, I actually teach chemistry of essential oils first because we want to know all about the oils and what they do. This isn't your chemistry class where you're having to, create chemical equations or do formulas or anything like that. We learn the basics of chemistry and how those basics create the amazing scents and florals and earthy and heavy molecules that create the individual components of every single essential oil. This is vital. You need to know this in order to become the best application expert out there. If you don't know why frankincense works in the place of myrrh, you need to understand some of those differences. And then if we take it a little bit deeper, because there is a faith component. So part of what David always says is, if you don't know what this oil will do for you, just ask, okay, what can you do? And the opportunities become a hundredfold because of our ability to believe. So that class is very, very impressive to me because it gives us a faith component, also the physical scientific component as well. So those are our 25 hours. Once that class and that weekend is over, you get to join my private student group where I coach you through with topics, with live seminars, with live classes, with a place to answer questions, tons of old information that you can just search. The group is full of information. And what happens is you get to then practice your raindrop and VitaFlex. You get to practice teaching it just to like your friends and family around your dinner table. And you get to then prepare for your exam, your test. You study for the test by practicing, reading, and learning through these techniques. And you have all the techniques in your notes that you will leave class with, okay? So after your steps are done, in your handbook, you're going to get steps outlined very clearly. You take your exam with me. I would come up to Canada. We would plan a time frame for you needing to have that done. It's usually good when a lot of people are doing them together because you can practice and work on each other. And then you take a 4-hour exam that prepares you to go get your license and your certification. So I offer, my friend Elisa and I were both instructors, we actually offer a 12-week coaching cohort group that will take you through the entire certification process in 12 weeks. So if you take the class, you mull it over, pray about it, and then you jump into that cohort and you're ready to go on and prepare yourself. In 3 months, you will be ready to get your license. You will be ready to start your business, and it will be such a great investment because you will earn that money back tenfold very rapidly. My personal journey with care and with Young Living is I joined Young Living in February. I found Raindrop in August or July, probably July, went to my first care class in August. And then by the next August, I was silver. So my Raindrop business catapulted my Young Living business and helped me to grow with a good, strong, solid foundation of people knowing how to use these oils and feeling empowered to go and buy what they needed through their shop with Young Living. And then they shared, so it expanded and grew. This is such a great opportunity for you as well. Let's see what else is on this thing. Okay, so what happens at class? You basically, if you are ready to take the step and move forward in class training, you want to contact me and then we'll get you going. Okay. There's a few things you want to do beforehand, like maybe preparing. What does it look like for you? Maybe having your first raindrop from Heidi or from someone else that you know who does raindrop technique. Because when you get to class, you're going to receive the notes, you're going to receive the handbook for training, and you are going to get started. You don't have to bring any oils to class. I offer all of that included. And what you'll be learning is not only the raindrop oils, you'll be learning over 100 different chemical compounds in oils that you will smell throughout the entire weekend, through the Bible oil program, through the chemistry, through the VitaFlex. We use different oils for all 3 classes. So hundreds of oils are being passed around that weekend. It's kind of like Young Living at the expo, where you can go and smell every single one of those oils. We will have them all there for you. You can use hands-on skills. The whole time you're going to be learning hands-on skills to learn VitaFlex, Raindrop, emotional release, and anointing. And you're even going to learn some other skills, how to ingest them properly, how to dilute and when you should dilute, how to make blends that will go really well, what constitutes a blend. So your information and your knowledge will grow. It's kind of like a fire hydrant. It's just coming at you so much and you don't even know how to grasp it all, but you'll be taking notes. You'll have the notes to take home. You'll have all the books that you'll need available to you. You can purchase a book bundle and you can go home getting ready to prepare. And then we would get to walk you through it. Okay, so I know I've spoken a lot. Let me see what my last slide says. Okay, so here's the benefits of a care class. Why would you want to do this? Why does it matter? So, number one, anyone who's using an essential oil needs to know how to properly use them and have the proper education and knowledge to not make someone feel uncomfortable with these powerful yet really, really useful tools. You're educated to touch and anoint those who you want to serve while coaching them to become a guide. So you also have the eligibility to become a licensed spiritual healer. And that means that you get to be a coach for them. You get to guide them. You can turn your business into a coaching business, not just a salesman for Young Living. So it's a lot of things you get to do here. It also gives you the hands-on experience to handle when somebody might be having a physical, emotional, or spiritual detox. Many people are suffering from depression, anxiety, and it takes a physical toll on our body. But the depression and anxiety is often masking some deeply seated emotions that have been hidden for many, many years. And they've been pushed down and they've been covered up because it's hard to process those. So, this class gives you the skills to not only get out of your own depression and anxiety, I'm living proof of that, living proof. And dealing with and growing through your trauma, but it also gives you the skills to help other people when you notice that they're dealing with the same thing that you are. And then, like I mentioned a few times, you can build your secondary and tertiary businesses. So, coaching, raindrop, emotional release. You can teach classes and charge for classes. You can um, give classes if you become licensed to teach as a care instructor. So, there's so many avenues. You can start your coaching program. There's so many avenues that you can go, and it will just be a supplement to your life as a Young Living distributor and business brand partner. Okay. Um, all the things that we do at CARE are eligible for licensing in US and Canada. I'm just going to say that again because many people are concerned about that. You want to have liability insurance, and we offer that through the Federation of Spiritual Healers Licensing Board, which is amazing. Okay. All right. So my name's Amelia again. I would love to hear from you if you have any questions. So please feel free to take my contact information. You can find me on Facebook. I have a student group that as soon as you pay and get ready for class, you can jump into that student group and have any questions answered there as well. You can start preparing. You can, start buying books if you want. You can even buy the DVDs and start watching those if you want to. Excuse me, I am burping. I just want you to know that I'm here for you for the entire journey. And walking through the CARE program is like joining a new family. It's like joining another subsection of your amazing family that you already have. Or maybe you are very lonely and you have a hard time connecting with people because of just such a intricate thing that we do. Young Living and Raindrop, it's just very unique. But with CARE, you have a family with that. We are all unique. We all believe that these modalities work. We're all living proof that they work because we wouldn't stay around if it didn't. So with that, I'm going to leave you, but please reach out to me through email, find me on Facebook and ask me any questions through there, or give me a text or call if you feel up to it. I am happy to answer any questions at any time. And I hope this message and this video helps you to understand a little bit more about what we do at CARE. Have a great day.